Now let's spark this place. Klay Thompson has returned to the NBA after over 900 days away from the league, away from playing against real professional players.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. I mean, tell you
No,
what.
I don't think anybody got that when Cam Newton was doing the thing from Poltergeist, I think, doing the I'm back. But yeah, it's great to see Klay back. I mean, obviously the Splash Brothers, it's a family reunion. The amazing thing to me, one of the most amazing things is this team was on fire without him. I mean, these guys are in the top of the Western Conference. They don't have James Wiseman. I think they're getting him back tonight, and they didn't have Klay Thompson until now. And so, you add these two guys to the mix, and who can compete with them in the West? Maybe the Suns. We'll see.
Well, we already saw what happened with the Suns while the Warriors were shorthanded, and they went to Phoenix and took care of business on Christmas Day. They're still the hands-on number one team, even if the seeding doesn't say it right now, or even after their 2-game losing streak before Klay got back says different right now. They're still the best team in the West. And let me tell you something. It's not even just this year. They're hot this year. Last year, they weren't so hot, and we saw how it ended for them and Stephon Curry last season in the playoffs. So they could really use a Klay Thompson. And of course, let's not get it jaded. He scored 17 points. His average, as far as his field goal percentage, wasn't the same as we're known to see from him. And, he wasn't the same kind of guy, but what could you expect from someone who's been out that long?
Yeah, and I mean, who do you have in the West, too? You've got the Jazz, who are a great regular season team. They always seem to fade in the playoffs. You've got the Nuggets, who, I mean, a good team. They've got the Joker, but when does Jamal Murray come back? Maybe not until the playoffs. And I think, if they don't get him, ahead of the playoffs, it's just too much to ask them to come together in the playoffs with him. So, I mean, although they're a good team, I can't see them hanging with them. Dallas, maybe. I know that's one of the next topics we're going to get to. So, I don't know. I mean, Porzingis can't stay healthy. Luka's a superstar. They managed to put together a win the other night without Porzingis. Is that a sustainable sustainable plan going forward? I don't know. I mean, you had guys stepping up like Jalen Brunson. You had Maxi Kleber. You had this guy Josh Green. Which, I mean, can those guys do it going forward? In the past, they haven't been able to do it against the Bulls, who are a hell of a good team. I mean, they've got one of the greatest college coaches of all time. First team Mount Rushmore, obviously, Billy Donovan.
Okay, we'll get around to that eventually.
Anyway, so great game with those guys the other night, and even though the Bulls have been the dominant team in the East for a while, they won 8 or 9 games in a row. And Donovan, knew about it coming in. He said before the game, our defensive intensity has been lacking. We've got to step it up. Now, in the first half, they managed to contain Luka, and it looked like they might be able to win. But, I mean, Luka was able to get to other parts of his game in terms of rebounding and distributing the ball to where, they were able to put away the Bulls pretty handily.